Hello and welcome to my shop. Well, a couple of things happened during the last 3 weeks or so, I think, and this really got me into thinking bad about I don't know what. But as there is rain around, you also encounter some sunshine. Okay, I'll start with the rain. What happened over here in my house, in my shop? Well, at first, I think 3 weeks ago, the light bulbs inside the corridor of my basement, they broke, and it had been dark down there. So I had to find a way to replace it, and as I'm always low on budget, I can't afford buying a light bulb that fast, so it took me about 2 weeks until I got that fixed. Nevertheless, 2 weeks ago my washing machine broke down, and I had to, in order to get my clothes clean, I had to go over to my mother's place, which is about 50 miles ride to her and back. Well, 25 miles away. She lives about 25 miles away, but nevertheless, okay. So these are the bad things which happened over here. For the washing machine, I had been I'm not begging for anything, and as a friend of mine asked me why I am that nervous and not that good, I told him, well, okay, my washing machine broke down, and he said, okay, I've got one. I've got one for you. And so I got one for free from him, and that's very amazing. And I have to thank you, my friends, for giving me this washing machine, because now I can, have proper clothes again. Okay, so I'll do this in German now. Danke Hassan und danke Ide für eure Waschmaschine. Die hilft mir also wirklich sehr weit. So this is what happened with the washing machine. And well, there had been one thing which really cheered me up, and I still start getting tears into my eye when I start telling you this story now. I think 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago, Robbie the wood turner asked me whether I would mind if he would send me some wood. And I said, well, I don't mind. Here you got my address. And after a couple of messages, he said, well, okay, I'll send you the wood. And I'd been very excited, and actually 1 week ago I received this. And as I got this in my hand, I thought, okay, strange wood. Okay, I might have something for spindle turning, but I don't do an unboxing. So this is what really overwhelmed me, and I still can't find the right words, and I say thank you very much, Robbie, for this gift you sent me. So to start up with, inside there had been this small bowl gouge from him. And he said Irish grind. I don't know what an Irish grind is. I have to figure out how this works. And in addition to that, I think this is a ½ inch bowl gouge. And I have to turn the handle for that. But that's not enough. He also sent me this 5/8 bowl gouge. I never had a beautiful tool like this before, and this really made my day. And although I didn't cut with this one, I don't know what to say. Still don't know. This is a week ago that I got this, and I still got tears in my eyes, so sorry about that. So I really have to thank you, Robbie, for this gift, and I've never received something like this, and I don't know what to say about that. Okay. Well, you know, I had been participating in the Bangle Bowl entry. This is now for the project coming up. I had been participating in the Bangle Bowl 2014. The results came out today. I'm not on the list, but I don't mind. I won this competition for myself, as I got the inspiration of doing jewelry. Okay, what is the best thing to add to a bangle? Well, I thought this might be some earrings, and I'll just show you what I made. I made 4 of them because, well, the earrings are for the twin daughters of the recipient of this bangle. And, well, in a way, this could be called a jewelry edition, or I don't get the right word now, but I'll call this what is it? Well, okay. So I call this jewelry collection. Well, the earrings and the bangle, I call it Teak on the beach, because, well, the bangle is, as Robbie said, right, this is teak, and the inlay is beech plywood. And for the earrings I used teak as well, and the inlay of that is a beech dowel. Okay, so follow me along how I made these beautiful earrings, and I hope you like this build as well, and, well, be inspired to go over and, well, have a look around what other people are doing. You don't have to necessarily participate in a competition, but these competitions gives you ideas. And now just if you like this build as well, leave a thumbs up, share and comment on that one. And I think up to next week, I hope up to next week, well, I hope up to Thursday, I'll get another project done, and I'll see you next week with greetings from good old Germany. It's your Peter Freitag. Thank God it's Friday. Okay, in order to prepare your drill guide, I've got a hole drilled through this block, and I'm going to just mark the way. You set your bevel at a 45 and just go ahead and mark the line where I want to cut it at the bandsaw later. And then you go ahead and actually you want to knock off this edge here as well. And I just go ahead and do it like so. Okay, these are the actual cuts I'll do on the bandsaw, because later this sits on like so. This is the block which you actually end up with, and I sanded this one flush in this, so this sits flat on the surface where you want to drill. You can go ahead and clamp this to your workpiece, and in order to prevent this from moving while you are drilling in here, you can also set a stop block down here so it won't move at all. And I'll show you how I drill my holes in my blanks. Okay, to drill the hole, I set up the stop block here to keep my guide from moving, and you see where this enters. I go ahead and try to center this now here. This is it, and I clamp it down just in case I might move it either direction with the, just whether it's parallel. Okay, then just go ahead and drill all the way through, which is up to here. Okay, approximately that, or deep. Just drill. So what I did over here, I actually entered perpendicular to the surface, and these contacts here in between prevent all the things from moving and getting tear outs. And you just have a look and actually see, this is where the drill came out, and this is where it went in, and no tear out at all. Now just go ahead and enter the dowel into here. I cut 5 dowels over here, and I go ahead and for easy access I chamfer the sides in order not to hurt the entry hole. As you see over here, the tip is pretty, the angle is more than the 40 degrees, and that's the reason because I want to end up to insert them here without actually hurting this. And now it's just a matter of applying some glue and driving them home. Okay, what happened overnight? After the glue is dry, I cut away the excess dowel on a bandsaw and just sanded it flush. And for the next part I split these in 2 pieces, so I'll end up with 6 blanks for the earrings. Now it's time to find the center of each blank, which is actually in between the outer side of this intersection here and the outer side of this intersection here. And I go ahead and take my square, just transferring the line over to the other side. So the actual center of this piece is in between these 2 lines. So just measure the center in between here and see where it is. And I'll do this on every blank I've got. Now with the piece centered to the laser line and temporarily stuck to the glue block by using the double stick tape, I go ahead and add a drop of hot melt glue to each corner here, which is enough for a small piece like this, and for the light cuts I'm doing. So there is a drop of glue on every corner, and I let this cure now for a while. glue cured, it's time for turning. So I set the calipers to the diameter of the jam chuck behind this piece, and I go ahead and scribe the line where it approximately should be. Okay, this is the line where I have to work onto, and now I go ahead and, as I did on the plugs for my gaming board, I start by scraping away these corners using a skew and the flat nose scraper for getting in. I'll leave about 3 millimeters on the bottom here to actually hold it to the glue block. Here we go. That's it. Okay. And now, I go ahead and shape the outside, which will be the visible part of the earring, and I'm using small bowl gouge. That's it. Depth is okay, so I go ahead and sand this. Now with the second coat of sanding sealer dry, I don't put any wax on it right now, I'll do that later. I go ahead and part it off using this skill saw blade. I just made a handle for it, and if you are very careful, this works quite well. That's it. Just pop through the wood, and the double stick tape is still on there. So now it's just a matter of taking this out here. And here we are. So this glue block got a 10mm hole in the center here, and I just put a little bit of paper towel in here, and the trick comes then, if this sits tight, what I hope, yes it will, I'm able to push that out from the back side using, well, a drill bit, and in order not to destroy the surface, I just got this paper towel in here. So just go ahead and tap this in. It's running pretty true. Now I got about 1 millimeter left on here. Excuse me. But I do want to go down to the actually to the face of the glue block, so I end up with a consistent rim on the earrings. actually, as this wood, as the grain is going in a weird direction on here, it's not perpendicular to the turning axis. It doesn't matter whether I go in or go out, because I always have a cut going against the grain. So like on here, the cut had been with the grain, and on here it's against the grain. This is the grain direction. But okay, now it's time for sanding, and you'll be back when I finish this and take it off out of the chucks here. Second coat of sanding sealer dry on this side. Just go ahead and get this off here, and now that I got the protected hole in here, I don't know whether you can see that, well, it doesn't focus, I'll use 2 pieces of wood acting as a spacer, and just adjust the camera. Okay. Going back. Okay, just take these 2 pieces of wood here and get the drill bit. I can press this out. Maybe the sanding sealer acts like kind of a glue, and now just with a little tap with a hammer. Here we go. That's it. Here you got the piece, and now it's just a matter of buffing out the rim here while getting a little round over, and make the second one. Okay, you have for glue up you have to roughen the surface here, and I go ahead and take my wire cutter, and actually the rule here is acting as a spacer, so I don't cut all the way through the wire, which will be inserted into the piece. And now you've got a pretty rough surface, which is actually enough, more than enough for the later glue up. Okay, now it's time to mount the actual ear hooks, these thingies here, and I just go ahead and with the wire cutter I carefully open this lid here just enough to get this into here, like so, and then bend it back so it's closed, and in this way you actually end up with the final earring. This is number 1.